Have you ever thought about how the tone of your voice can influence the way your message is received? This is an intriguing contemplation, isn't it? It opens up a world of new perspectives, considerations regarding how we communicate. The interplay of words and their audio representation is not just about the content of the message, but also about the manner it's delivered in. It's like the difference between a raw ingredient and a perfectly seasoned dish. Both are essentially the same thing, but the latter is a lot more appealing and flavorful. Consider an occasion where you've listened to a monologue or narrative. The words themselves might be picturesque and well articulated, yet if they're spoken in a dull monotone, their effect quickly diminishes. This is where the tone of voice acts as an enhancer, giving life to even the most ordinary of writings. Visualize your tone as a color palette, painting your words with emotions and feelings, the monotone being a dull gray, while a vibrant narration indicative of a rainbow of emotions. Your tone sets the ambiance. It's like background music in a movie scene, silently contributing to the overall impact. Imagine the warmth a friendly tone delivers. It's like a cozy living room, inviting and comforting, creating a sense of intimacy and making the listener feel at home. The listener is engrossed, welcomed into the realm, conceptualized through your words. Now think about engaging narration. Picture yourself in a mystery movie where the narrative keeps you in suspense, constantly guessing. The ebb and flow of the narrative keeps the listener hooked, kindling their anticipation for the next twist in the tale. This captivating tone is like the seasoning in a dish, adding a unique flavor, making your words not just heard but remembered. The tone and narration are what transform your words, giving them depth, them relatable and engaging. In essence, it's like acquiring a superpower, enabling you to stir emotions, inspire, captivate your audience in a way that mere words can't. Isn't it magical? The potency of a friendly tone and interesting narration, how it can alter the perception of your words, making them more impactful and resonant. Now, as we prepare to delve further into this topic, brace yourself to explore the transformative power of tone and narration. Picture it as an unopened treasure chest, ready to reveal its secrets. So, as we delve deeper into this topic, you'll discover the transformative power of friendly tone and interesting narration. It's time to unlock this superpower and learn how to use it to your advantage. Imagine attending a public speaking event where the speaker talks in a monotone voice. How would you feel? A scenario like this, no doubt, will have you fighting off boredom. This is precisely why a friendly tone takes center stage. What does a friendly tone do? It's the catalyst that transforms a dull speech into an engaging, memorable one. So, what precisely is a friendly tone? It's a tone that exudes warmth, friendliness, and approachability. This tone creates a welcoming environment for the listener, making them feel valued and appreciated as if they are engaged in a heartwarming conversation with a close friend rather than being subjected to a dry lecture. Now let's bring to mind some of your favorite public speakers. Perhaps it's a dynamic motivational speaker like Tony Robbins or a tech genius like Steve Jobs. What common factor do they all share? That's correct, a friendly tone. They don't just throw information at their audiences, they involve them, they make them feel special, important. They employ an engaging tone that captivates people, keeping them eagerly waiting for the next word. But why does a friendly tone resonate with us so profoundly? It's more than just pleasant sounds. Believe it or not, there's science involved. Our brains are biologically designed to react positively to friendly tones. The process triggers the release of chemicals like oxytocin, fostering feelings of trust and bonding. Thus, when a speaker adopts a friendly tone, they're doing more than making their speech enjoyable. They're forging a biochemical connection with their audience. Now let's talk about the influence of a smile. Yes, even if your audience can't see you, they can detect a smile in your voice. It's a subtle aspect, but it can significantly impact your speech, making your words sound more genuine, more heartfelt. But a friendly tone is more than just pleasant sounds. It's about truly understanding your audience, recognizing what they need to hear and how they need to hear it. It's about empathy, about stepping into your audience's shoes and communicating in a way that truly reverberates with them. A friendly tone also embodies confidence. It's about taking ownership of your words, your message. Because if you genuinely believe in what you're saying, if you truly value your message, then your audience will too. The power of a friendly tone goes beyond just making your speeches more engaging. It's also a tool for making your message more persuasive, more influential. Because when you speak with a friendly tone, when you make your audience feel valued and understood, You're not just speaking to them, you're creating a connection with them. This connection is where the real magic of a friendly tone lies. Your words, when imbued with this tone, can captivate, inspire, and persuade. A friendly tone doesn't just make your speech pleasant to listen to, it also makes your message more persuasive and impactful. Do you remember the stories your grandparents used to tell you? What made those tales so enthralling? The allure lies in the art of compelling narration. It's neither about the narrative nor the characters alone, but the way they're presented that truly mesmerizes the audience. It's akin to an artist painting a vivid image, enabling the audience to visualize, perceive, and immerse themselves into the story as if they were a part of it. Let's explore how we accomplish this. Primarily, it's through three key elements: pacing, emphasis, and storytelling techniques. Pacing comes first. It is the heartbeat of the story. The conscious decision of when to accelerate the plot to construct tension and when to decelerate to grant the audience a moment to assimilate and ponder upon the events. Pacing could be compared to a movie's background score. It establishes the tone, mood, and steers the emotional voyage of the audience. To attain mastery over pacing, we must be aware of our word choice, sentence structure, and the pauses we use. We must grasp the essence of the story and let this understanding govern the tempo of our narration. Moving on, we discuss emphasis. Emphasis involves accentuating the vital portions of the narrative. It's the art of employing our voice to shine a spotlight on the decisive moments, the plot twists, the dramatic reveals. To excel at this, one needs to comprehend the story from its roots. You need to discern what's crucial and what's not. Upon acquiring this understanding, we need to use our voice to make the audience not only comprehend but also experience the magnitude of the words, the severity of the situation, and the depth of the emotions. Lastly, we touch on storytelling techniques. Numerous methods can be utilized to make a narration engaging, but let's concentrate on three: suspense, surprise, and empathy. Suspense is about keeping the audience guessing, making them eager to know what happens next. Surprise is about defying expectations, making the audience astounded with the unforeseen. Empathy is about making the audience care, making them develop a bond with the characters, making them invested in the story. To master these techniques, we need to be inventive, empathetic, and daring. So, summarizing, the enchantment of captivating narration is rooted in pacing, emphasis, and storytelling techniques. But remember, these are just tools, and like any tool, their effectiveness lies in the hands of the person wielding them. So practice them, polish them, adapt them to suit your style. To conclude, recall the words of Maya Angelou: "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Narration is not merely about conveying a story, it's about making the audience feel they're living it. Now that we understand the importance of a friendly tone, how can we incorporate it into our own speech? This is a perfect question to ruminate on as we move on to our next segment. Scene 4, Mastering Friendly Tone. Let's get straight to it. Remember, establishing a friendly tone isn't about imitating the speech patterns of others. It's about discovering your own distinctive voice that has the power to make listeners feel comfortable and relaxed. It's essential to note that this is not a generic remedy, but rather a personal exploration to discover what works best for you. So, where should we start? Here are some practical guidelines that might help. The first tip is to visualize your audience as a close friend. Regardless of how numerous or diverse your listeners might be, pretend you're with someone you cherish. This minor shift in perspective can convert your tone from being aloof and formal to being approachable and warm. Next, let's turn our attention to the tempo and rhythm of your speech. A friendly tone often exudes a sense of calm, without any rushed undertones. However, this doesn't imply speaking at a snail's pace, but rather maintaining a speed that gives your audience ample time to process your thoughts. Along with the pace, the rhythm of your language plays a significant role too. Uniformity in tone comes off as boring, while a varied intonation can make your discourse much more engaging and lively. Another useful approach is to infuse humor and anecdotes into your speech. While this doesn't you to turn into a comedian overnight, a sprinkle of humor can set up a friendly ambiance. Sharing personal experiences can also help to establish a deeper connection with your audience, making your tone seem more genuine and friendly. Now, body language. You may question, how can body language influence my tone while speaking? Interestingly, our physical demeanor often shapes our vocal tone. For instance, a simple act like smiling when you speak can render your tone more affable and inviting. Next, we'll explore the vital roles of practice and constructive feedback in honing a friendly tone. Practice does indeed make perfect, and that applies particularly to mastering a friendly tone. The more you practice using a friendly tone, the more instinctive it becomes. It's helpful to record your speeches and listen to them to gauge your tone and areas of improvement. Feedback from others, be it a professional coach, a colleague, or a family member, can provide a goldmine of insights into how your tone is perceived. Remember, being authentic is crucial. A friendly tone that doesn't seem sincere might end up sounding artificial or condescending. Stay true to yourself. Your friendly tone should be an extension of your personality, not a facade you put on to seem friendlier. Lastly, remember that mastering a friendly tone is a never-ending process. There will be moments of victory and moments of challenge. Don't let the latter dishearten you. Instead, consider them as stepping stones for growth and improvement. In conclusion, by employing these pointers and with a bit of practice and feedback, you can master a friendly tone that mirrors your unique personality. Remember, mastering a friendly tone is not about imitation, it's about finding your own unique friendly voice. So embark on this journey of self-discovery, experiment with your tone, and embrace the process of mastering a friendly tone. Interesting narration can transport your audience to a different world, but how do you create such an experience? This is what we will explore today, mastering the art of powerful storytelling. Let's delve into the core principles. Effective storytelling isn't simply about vocabulary selection, but the way you wield those words. It's finding rhythm, setting the pace, and balancing tension and tranquility. It's the art of constructing a vibrant, all-encompassing atmosphere with your words that invite listeners into your narrative sphere. One potent method for crafting compelling narratives employing visual imagery. Ponder this. When we read, we don't just perceive words, we envision characters, scenes, and events in our mind's eye. This is the strength of visual imagery. It enables us to design a riveting experience for our audience. So while carving your narrative, consider the visuals your words can paint. How can you illustrate your characters or environment in a manner that sparks them to life? Another pivotal element of storytelling is suspense, the hook that keeps listeners on tenterhooks, itching to discover the story's unfolding. Foreshadowing is one technique to forge suspense. It's subtly hinting at future events, sparking curiosity, enticing listeners to stay tuned. But excellent storytelling doesn't solely rely on content, but delivery too. Even a mesmerizing tale loses its charm with a bland narration. Experiment with your vocal dynamics. Modulate pitch, volume, and speed to echo the narrative's emotions. Harness the power of silence. A well-timed pause can build suspense. Let a revelation sink in, or offer a breather. Next, let's explore the architecture of storytelling. A well-structured narrative has a distinct beginning, middle, and end. The opening sets the stage, presents characters, while the middle develops the plot and heightens tension. The conclusion ties it all together with a satisfying resolution. But remember, a good tale is not straight but meandering, keeping listeners intrigued. A central aspect of engaging storytelling is authenticity. The audience can sense your genuine passion for your tale. This fervor is drawing listeners in and making the narrative resonate. So opt for narratives you are truly invested in and thrilled to share. In a nutshell, engaging storytelling goes beyond mere words. It's about delivery, imagery, suspense, narrative structure, and authenticity. Practice is the key. The more you rehearse, the better you become at crafting engaging narratives. Mastering interesting narration is a journey, not a destination. Every story you tell is a new opportunity to captivate your audience. So keep exploring, keep acquiring new skills, and most importantly, keep sharing your tales. Your voice is a mighty instrument. Wield it to create enthralling experiences for your audience. So we've learned about the power of friendly tone and interesting narration, but what does this mean for you? Let's build a scenario here. Consider you're positioned in front of a multitude, your heart throbbing, yet you're primed to share your message. You've honed the skill of maintaining a friendly tone, and your words course like a serene brook, smooth and inviting. The spectators lean forward, enthralled by your amicability and openness. They sense a friendly chat rather than a monologue. This is the charm of a friendly tone. It eradicates barriers, constructs connections, and fosters an authentic bond with your spectators. Now pair this friendly tone with compelling narration. You transcend from merely giving a speech to guiding your audience on an exploratory journey. You're crafting a tale, sketching vivid images with your vocabulary and igniting their creative mind. Your every pause, every modulation in your voice intensifies the narrative. The audience isn't only attentive but profoundly invested. Their curiosity is piqued. They are gripped by your every phrase, eager to discover what follows. The impact of these two traits, when mastered, can be deeply influential. Your oratory skills can elevate remarkably as you learn to enrapture your spectators using your friendly tone and compelling narration. You move beyond merely conveying facts. You create an immersive environment. This paves the way for enhanced audience engagement. Your message is more likely to resonate, stir emotions, and compel your spectators to take action. But the influence doesn't end there. With enhanced oratory skills and audience engagement comes augmented influence. You hold the power to inspire transformation, stimulate actions, and leave an enduring impression on your audience. Your words have the potency to mold perspectives, adjust attitudes, and even modify behaviors. The power of friendly tone and interesting narration is in your hands. Use it wisely and watch as your words transform your world. We've journeyed through the world of tone and narration, unveiling its influence. So what now? We've clarified the potential of words and the quintessence of an engaging tone. We've delved into the enchantment of captivating narration and equipped you with the keys to unlock both. We've brushed upon the extensive effect that an engaging tone and captivating narration can wield. It's time now to tie everything together. Recap. The power of words is prodigious. They can inspire, stimulate, and catalyze change. Our delivery of these words, our tone and narration, can substantially maximize their effect. A warm tone soothes the listener, making them more open to your message. It nurtures a bond and trust, cardinal elements in any interaction. Interesting narration, contrastingly, keeps your audience involved and enthralled. It converts a basic message into a persuasive tale, a voyage that your audience is a piece of. It's the contrast between simply relaying information and genuinely interacting with your audience, but the isn't over here. Understanding the concepts of friendly tone and captivating narration is one thing, but mastering them necessitates practice. I urge you to discover and experiment with your own tone and narration. Tinker with diverse styles and methods. Take note of what resonates and what doesn't. Remember, there's no universal formula. What's important is discovering your distinctive voice and style. Also, be hesitant to make mistakes. We evolve and progress through trial and error. So step beyond your comfort zone, dare to take risks, and explore where your voice can lead you. Remember, your voice is a powerful tool. Use it well and you can inspire, engage, and influence. The journey to mastering friendly tone and interesting narration begins now.